Thank you. My name is Karen Lee Shatzle'S, and I am here because I'm fed up about what's going on in our community. I am a Republican. I've been a lifelong Republican. I believe life starts at conception, and I believe we need a change. I am opposing an incumbent judge. I believe we need to put the I in justice as integrity, not incumbent. The incumbent, Mr. Whitaker spoke earlier about allegations and facts, which I think is very important. The facts are that my opponent admitted to having sex in chambers with his law students and writing letters of recommendation to the district attorney to get them jobs. This is a fact. It's admitted. I have a copy of it. It's public. The fact is that Tony Rackauckus is endorsing him. The fact is that Michelle Steele is endorsing him. The fact is that Lisa Bartlett is endorsing him. The fact is that the Orange County Sheriff's Department is endorsing him. These people investigated the case. These people sent it to the Attorney General's office. These people kept DNA out of the chambers, out of the carpet in his chambers before he admitted that he had, in his words, consensual relations with these women. He admitted to it. He admitted to using his powers. He picked his individuals from his students. He was an adjunct professor at Chapman University. He had sex with his students in chambers and then tried to get them jobs. I have been a lifelong prosecutor. I have prosecuted cases for 23 years. I have dedicated my life to prosecuting child molesters, sex offenders, and career criminals. Prior to being a prosecutor, I was a gang probation officer. I carried a weapon. I was armed. I was in the street. I helped reintegrate our children into society and keep our community safe. My parents are immigrants from Argentina. They got their citizenship in 1972 when I was 7 years old. I am not a politician. I'm not here to be political. I'm here to inform the people of this community of what's going on. When all of our elected officials stand together to support somebody who they know has abused their power, we cannot expect the fair administration of justice for the individual who walks into a courtroom and does not know who's seated on the bench. Mr. Steiner has the potential of sitting on a sex abuse case. Mr. Steiner has the potential of sitting on a case where people abuse power to make women have sex with them to get elevated to power. This is enough. This is ridiculous. Bill Steiner, his dad, was on the Board of Supervisors. From what I understand, people love Bill Steiner. I am not running against Bill Steiner. I am running against Scott Steiner because he was censured and I'm better qualified, flat out. And those are the facts, folks. Steiner is a recognizable name, mine is not, but if you want things to change in the county, it starts at a local level. Our national government is a disaster because nobody cares at a local level. It starts here and it starts with us. If you vote for me, I'll make a difference.
So, are there any questions for this candidate?
Karen Lee Shatzle'S. I have flyers. My daughter's back there. I have business cards. Tom?
I was going to ask your name too, but I also want to know where you stand on immigration, enforcing immigration laws, sanctuary cities.
I'm against sanctuary cities. I am all for enforcing the law. I am all for protecting our community and the legal acceptance of guests into our country. We have a fabulous country, but the truth is that my parents came here, they came here legally, and because they did that, I had the opportunities that this great country has provided to me. So I believe that it needs to be regulated, and I believe that you have to follow the process. It's as simple as that. We made the rules, let's make everybody follow them. Nobody's above the law. That's how I feel. Nobody's above the law. Subject to the law, and you're not above the law. Whether you're a judge, whether you're an immigrant, whether you're somebody driving a car, we have the law, follow it.
In your question, in your answer to the questionnaire, the question was, in your opinion, who should make the determination of what marriage is from a legal standpoint? You answered, marriage is a biblical term taken from the Bible. However, due to the separation of church and state, the relationship being defined should be left to the state.
Yes.
Could you expound on that, and what is your belief in the role of quote-unquote separation of church and state?
Well, my honest opinion is that when you're in the pit of hell, there's not going to be any separation of church and state. It's going to be you and God. So that's my opinion. But when you're talking about following our judicial branches, we have the legislative, electoral, the judicial, and law enforcement. So my job as a sitting judge is to follow the laws. I will follow the laws that are on the books. I am not going to make policy from the bench. Our founding fathers gave us a guide to what we want our country to be. We have become too far afield from that. We need to go back to God and country and people, our families, coming together, helping each other because we love each other as a
30
community,
seconds.
because we want to help each other, not because somebody's making us.
So do you believe that separation of church and state is a proper constitutional test?
Yes.
One more question.
Yes.
To me, you sound very good.
Thank you.
And I'd like for you to give me 3 examples of how you walk what you talk.
There's only about 15 seconds.
Okay, give me.
I'm sorry.
I put myself through school at night alone. I had two kids in law school working full-time. I was pregnant with my 3rd when I sat for and passed the bar exam. I put myself through school working full-time. I've worked since I was 15. Everything I have, I've made on my own. Nobody has given me a single thing. I've taken advantages of this country because of the opportunities they've given me, and I've succeeded.
Sorry.
Anybody else?
There's no time.
Oh, he doesn't.
Only 3 minutes of
There's
questions.
no time.
Mr.
3
Shaw?
minutes are gone.
I just wondered if you would put the names on the board so we can spell it.
Oh, I think it's pretty easy. Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you. Okay, just to be sure, I don't think Scott Steiner is here, but Judge Steiner, sorry. So with that, are we ready to vote? Okay. So I'd like to call the vote for the,
I'm going to recommend, to make it a little easier, let's do this. KS or SS. KS or SS. Would that be? Or Karen. Oh, that'd be better, actually. Karen or Scott. Karen or Scott. It's the only time outside of court we'll get to call a judge by his first name. Karen or Scott, no endorsement, or abstain. And we will again, this is again for all delegates because it's a countywide position. Our friends from San Gabriel will be helping us, so please go vote. And if you're not yet voting, you can talk to Karen since she's here.
I know that was great. Thank you. Would I be able to give you this right here? And then I can just put it in there, Glenn? Sure. You can just, wait, thank you. That's what I get. People, they can't do it. I can go on camera, shooting out there.
That's falling off. That's
They'll get the money.
Yeah, but you didn't buy it.